We got bubbles everywhere.
Yeah. We're getting Lawrence Welk comments, I know that. So.
Well, a fan will blow a column of air.
Yeah.
An air circulator will move air all throughout your home. This is an air circulator. And our today's special value that we kicked off at 12 midnight last night has absolutely rocked. It has been popular all night long. We have not done a fan as the today's special value here at QVC since 1997. And the reason being is because the technology hadn't changed.
Right.
There was nothing that was new. There was nothing that was innovative. This is the most versatile fan that QVC has ever put on the air. And if you want to be cooler this summer, and we've got what, 5, 6 months of hot, oppressive weather coming.
Absolutely, absolutely.
This is a piece of equipment. Meet this guy, Scott Hines.
So good to see you. Thanks for having me back.
How did you, and by the way, with one fan and one bubble machine, I've got bubbles that have completely filled a living room that is bigger than most.
And this is a 20-foot ceiling, and you are seeing these bubbles all over the place. There's a reason for that. This is Whirlcool Technology, the most advanced air circulation technology on the market today. That's what's in our fan. That's what makes it great. That's what makes it circulate the air throughout the entire room. And the key is this. Not only do you get this, because it's May, like you said, 5 good hot months coming, not only get the fan as a stand fan, but what our new innovation is this year, it can actually detach. So all you do is you take these 2 little caps off, and then it becomes a tabletop fan.
Nice.
And sits right down here. But the nice thing is you don't have to unplug it. You still get the great Whirlcool technology with this Whirlcool grill interacting with the 6 pedal blades, and then you get that full air circulation.
And less than 40 bucks. We've got 3 colors available. We've got the beige, we've got white, we have black, and the bright red one has been incredibly popular.
It's sharp. It's a neat looking fan. A lot of people think I wouldn't choose red necessarily. It looks like a Corvette.
Well, first of all, it is much smaller than the old box fans that you remember, but it is so much more energy efficient. By the way, it uses the equivalency of a 50-watt light bulb.
Exactly.
So even less than a standard. Well, a regular fan would blow a column of air.
Yes. This is sort of what we call the evolution of fans. This is the box fan. We all remember from growing up, it was in Grandma's house. It's big, clunky,
Sound like
loud.
a jet aircraft.
Exactly. Right, like a jet engine in your house. And the problem is you only can take advantage of the airflow if you're sitting right in front of it. That's the problem. So things got a little bit better as we went on. It was the oscillating fan. The problem is it's still pretty loud, and we call this the big D's because it lands on you for a second or two, and then it's gone, just not as effective. Now we get to the best technology in the market, our technology, Whirlcool Total Air Circulation. So this means with that 6-pedal blade and the Whirlcool grill, no matter where you're sitting or standing in the room, you'll feel that nice, cool breeze.
And you'll save money. We've had over 14,000 fans that have been ordered since 12 midnight last night. Now, a fan, normally we would say, doesn't truly cool a room. It just makes you feel cooler.
That's exactly
this can actually help to truly cool a room. Because if you've got air conditioning, your air conditioning, cold air drops to the floor.
That's exactly correct.
Your dog loves it, and your feet are happy, but the rest of you is uncomfortable. You can use this to beam that cooler air up to your living space. You can use it to move air from one room to another. You can use it to move air from outside to inside when you put it into a window.
Absolutely.
Which we've done here, and it does it so much more effectively. And it does it without a constant blast of air on
That's the key. Whirlcool technology, complete air circulation, and it does it whisper quiet. Let me take you through a little bit of the features here because this is why we say it's the most advanced and fully featured fan on the market today. First of all, so easy to use. 3 buttons. That's all we're talking about here. So here's the on-off, low, medium, and high. Okay. Now we go to Whirlcool. That is that grill that you see moving around. That's what that total circulation is. I can turn that on or off.
Okay.
And that works in conjunction with those 6-pedal blades to totally circulate the air. And then this is a great little feature. There's a timer button here. So let's say you only want the fan to run for the first half of the night you sleep. Let's say 4 hours.
So you're not chilly all night long.
1, 2, 3, 4, boom. It'll shut off automatic, no problems.
Better yet, all those buttons on the fan are replicated on the remote control.
You're exactly right.
Daddy doesn't have to get off the couch anymore.
No, not get out of the bed, nothing. Now, you saw me do this, and you just mentioned there's no bigger pet guy than Dan right here. Cool your pets off. How about Voodoo and Suede? They need to get cooled down? Nice and quiet. It's not going to spook
First and
them.
foremost, I love that it is up off the floor. Most fans sit on the floor. That doesn't help you. This is raised up to just the right height if you were sitting on the couch, but its ability to be beamed wherever you want it gives you more control than ever before. By the way, you will not find this fan, this technology anywhere for a limited time. We own it. That's part of our deal as bringing it as an exclusive, as a today's special value. The 3 colors, the beige, the white, pardon me, 4, black and the red. I love that I can take it off the stand, put it on the bedside table.
Look at the low profile, 4.5 inches, and then look, it goes right onto a table. So maybe you don't have a lot of foot space in the room you want to cool down, but you can put it on a tabletop, put it in the kitchen, put it in the window. We'll show that to you in a second. This goes where you want to go, cools the room you need cooled. Now, again, you and I just talked about it. A lot of those fans sit on the floor. That's ineffective. Put this by the window with that Whirlcool technology, distributes the air throughout the room you're sitting in, and because it's whisper quiet, you could take it from room to room. You could talk on the phone, work in the office, take it to the fitness room, keeps you nice and cool the entire time. Maybe there's a patio, maybe there's a sunroom. It's just so light at less than 6 pounds, so easy to use. For all you dog and pet lovers, that's a perfect use for it because you can cool your pets down, and because it detaches, it's so easy to take wherever you want it.
What happens with most fans, and we've got an old example. Ooh, this thing looks familiar. Do you remember the old box fans that were just basically square dirt traps? We used to turn these on, and they sound like a turbo blast fan.
And that's exactly what I'm going to do. You remember these things growing up. They were at Grandma's house. They're old, they're disgusting, they're loud, dirty. Well, guess what? As this revs up, it sounds like a 747 taking off. I mean, I literally almost have to raise my voice just so you can hear me.
And only one person ever got any wind, and they got way too much, where the newspaper would rattle in your hands while you're sitting on the sofa.
That's exactly right.
It was also just blowing air across the floor.
One direction.
This fan, now, and by the way, we've got 4 of them running. You won't hear them at all. And this drives the audio people nuts. I'm going to tap on my microphone. Hear that?
Yeah.
You don't hear much at all.
It is whisper quiet.
But this pushes more air.
It does, because of the 6 pedal blades working in conjunction with the Whirlcool grill here, that technology. You're getting high wind velocity, but not high wind sound.
Most fans throw a column of air because this rotates in a counter-directional. It splits that air up so it floats throughout the room. That's the difference between an air circulator and just a fan. What it means is you'll be more comfortable. And it means that instead of cranking the air conditioner to try to be comfortable, you can go ahead and use this to move the cooler air from the bottom of the floor up to where you are, and you can save money. And I love saving money.
This is by far and away my absolute favorite use for this fan. This looks like most registers in the United States. What it is a large percentage of air conditioning registers are here on the floor. That's where the cold is down here. It's basic science. Hot air rises, cool air stays down. Well, if you're like me, my master bedroom is the furthest from the air conditioner. So you get weak airflow, and on top of that, beds are usually 8-10 feet away from the register. So you need that help to get that nice cool air. What I do is I take my stand fan, I slide it right over top of the register.
Tip it back.
Tip it 45 degrees.
Oh, you can feel the difference already.
And look at that. It pulls the cool air into the fan and then distributes it throughout the entire room. Makes your bedroom feel nice and cool, helps you sleep so much better at night.
And it does it for less than the cost of operating a 60-watt light bulb. So if you want to run this 24 hours a day, run it 24 hours a day. You'll find yourself much more comfortable. We go off to our phone line, say hello to Sarah. Sarah, where are you in the country? Where's home for you?
Good morning, Scott. I live in Pinehurst, North Carolina.
Good golf down there. I know that. I know that area.
So you already have had more than a few days that have been well over 70 degrees.
Yes, and I've just moved into a home this spring that has no ceiling fan. So I'm looking forward to having a nice new fan to move the air around to keep me more comfortable.
Well, and I would even say ceiling fans sort of are like box fans. They only kind of push it in one direction. This, I would argue, is much more effective even than a ceiling fan because you're getting that total air circulation, especially if you're helping out your air conditioning. Sarah, I think you'll be very happy.
I am. I'm very excited. And if I may, Scott, I already just got my new click-free hard drive yesterday, backup drive.
Oh, wonderful.
I just put it in now as you were showing it a few minutes ago. So it automatically loaded, and it's already backed up my system on my laptop that I got from QVC 2 years ago, so I am
Beautiful.
set to go.
That's awesome.
Sarah, thank you. Thank you for being a loyal customer. We will not let you down.
And Scott, may I say hi to my sisters in Chicago, Cindy and Susie?
I would love for you to do that. That'd be awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Hi, City.
Bye-bye.
Good. Thank you for the
We're going
call.
to turn the bubble machine on again, and watch how quickly bubbles wind up everywhere.
Again, 20-foot ceilings. This is a big, huge studio, larger than most anybody's living room. And you're seeing these bubbles go all over the place. That is the total air circulation. It's not a box fan. It's not an oscillating fan. It has got the Whirlcool technology, best and most advanced technology for fans on the market today.
Fans haven't changed a lot in dynamics in quite a while. That's why we haven't had a Today's Special Value since 1997. The old box fan that always either sat in the window and rattled like crazy or sat on the floor through a column of air, and unless you were the one right in front of it, which was usually the dog, nobody felt any cooler.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And loud and bulky and dirty and just bad news. Now we move to the oscillating fan. A little bit better, a little bit of improvement. The problem is we call it the big T's. It lands on you for a second, and then it's gone again, leave you wanting more, wishing for more. Now we get to our technology. Best technology in the market today, that Whirlcool Total Air Circulation. Completely circulates throughout the room, so wherever you're sitting or standing in that room, you will feel it.
The folks who manufactured this were very kind and sent out samples to the host team and said, put it to the test. And I love the idea that I can set it on a counter, set it on a table, but in 2 seconds, I can put it in the floor stand. And I put mine in the bedroom, and we had 2 days that were just hot enough. And I live in an old farmhouse. My air conditioning doesn't even get to that part of the house. It did an amazing job of making us much more comfortable.
You're exactly
But there
right.
was no breeze directly blowing on us at all.
And you know why I love this? For that exact reason. Because when you're in a day like today, in the Pennsylvania, like in the low 70s, it's not an air conditioning day, it's not a heat day, but you want to open up the windows, get that nice fresh air in. We say it's a 2-in-1 fan. It's really almost a 3-in-1 fan because it acts as a window fan. You see the screen is still here.
I don't know if they can pick that up, but the screen is still in. It's there.
So now you're drawing that nice fresh air into your house, and it feels great to open up the windows on a nice day like today. And that's
But this weighs a fraction of the box fan.
That's exactly right.
It's much smaller, and it's such a slim design from front to back. It doesn't push out the screen.
Right. And it's absolutely whisper quiet, so it's not going to bother you. Great for the bedroom. Great at night. You know, you get those 65-degree nights to sleep in. This brings that nice fresh air in.
What drives me nuts is they'll start at 75 degrees. And by 1 in the morning, it's 60 and you're freezing. You've got a timer on this and also a remote. We've got the beige. We have the white. The white has been very, very popular, and a lot of people are actually picking up more than one. Here's black, and then we also have red. So you've got a color that'll match your decor, whichever way you want to go. It comes with the stand. And then in a matter of just a few seconds, all you do is you take off the little caps right here and here, like so. Now I'm working backwards and upside down.
That's okay. We'll do it here.
And then
2
all
caps.
you do
is
take
this
it
right off.
Slide it right off.
Okay. Low profile.
And go right on the tabletop.
Right over to the table. And you're still getting that total air circulation, and you never even have to unplug it. You never have to turn it off. That's giving you what you need where you want it.
That's the whole concept of being more comfortable this summer. Well, the other option is to crank your air conditioning, which, by the way, is the most expensive thing in your home to operate. But now we're able to drop the cost down on operation for this piece of equipment. It is less than a 50-watt light bulb. That's it. A 50-watt light bulb. Edwina is giving us a phone call, so we'll say hello to her. Hi, Edwina. Where are you calling from?
Hi, Tallahassee, Florida.
We don't have to talk to her about heat, do we?
No. It's brutal there.
Warm.
Edwina, why this particular fan? Why this air circulator?
Because of the way that it's being demonstrated, it flows around the room, and you'll get to lower your air conditioner. Keep it off a little longer. So, and I really bought it because I'm getting it for an older lady. I visited her yesterday.
Nice.
Our house was warm. And I said, I'm going to get your fan. Turned on my TV this morning, and there it is.
That's
outstanding. So I got one for her and one for myself. I'm excited about it.
Nice. And Edwina, every year, when we hit the real dog days of summer, we read in the local newspaper, wherever your location happens to be, folks who are getting up in age who succumb to the heat. So this is more than just being comfortable.
Well, and Edwina, you actually made a really key point there, which I appreciate. You're saying turn down the air conditioning, so to speak. If you're only in 10% of your house, why pay to cool the other 90%?
Right.
You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the
That's
head.
how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. and it looks right enough for her to move it wherever she needs it to be.
It's less
This
than a
is
gallon
great.
of milk.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Less
this
than a
is
gallon
great.
of milk. Edwina,
I'm really excited about it.
your two are on the way because it's hot in Florida. We'll get them to you really quick.
Thank you very much.
All
Thank
right.
you so much,
appreciate
Edwina.
it.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I love it.
Yeah, again, you're seeing this total air circulation. I mean, I think it's tough to understand at home. These are 20-foot ceilings.
Yep.
This is a bigger room than almost anybody has.
all the way back into that far
all
corner that a
over.
fan would never touch.
Yep.
Do you want to be cooler, more comfortable, more satisfied this summer, all the way into the fall? By the way, it'll also work in the reverse application during the winter.
Yes.
Where you can beam that hot air from one area of the home to the area that never gets warm, like that room over the garage. It's an air circulator.
Yeah.
It's more than a fan.
Yes.
It's the most full-featured fan that we've ever offered on the air, and it is by far becoming very quickly one of the most popular as well.
Yeah,
Scott,
so
thank
good to
you.
see you. Thanks, Dan.
Over,
Appreciate it.
over how many now? Good gosh. We've had over 4,000 ordered just in the QVC This Morning show.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Take advantage of the red. That one has been very popular. The white as well. Less than $40. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, man. Good to
Thanks
see
for
you.
letting me be on your show.
I'll let those two reminisce.